a flight to the past in a P-51. It was fast, exhilarating, and flat-out fun. The aircraft is 80 years old, and it played an important role in our history. The P-51, nicknamed Mustang, is an American long-range fighter used during World War II, the Korean War, and other conflicts. It was designed in 1940 by North American Aviation to fill the need for fighters in World War II. Back then, the British asked the NAA for P-40 fighters. NAA responded with a more modern plane, a P-51. The increased range and performance of the Mustang allowed the aircraft to escort bombers deeper into Europe as the Allied forces advanced on Berlin. The P-51 provided air support, taking down German fighters that tried to shoot down the bombers en route to their targets.
The Mustang shot down more Axis aircraft than any other one Allied airplane that flew in the Second World War. It had over 6,000 aerial victories.
Believe it or not, the prototype of the P-51 was rolled out on September 9, 1940, just 102 days after the contract was signed. It took to the skies on October 26th of that same year.
So in 120 days, it went from conceived, designed, and built. It was one of the first fighters of its time. And it came with incredible technologies for the 40s that even to this day is still used on high-performance aircraft all around the world.
The P-51 had 6 50 caliber machine guns in the front, and that's how they made way for the bombers. More than 15,000 P-51s were built. 2,520 were lost in battle. Today, 157 are still flying. Scott Yoke, aka Scooter, is one of the lucky few who owns this historic plane.
I'm really living the dream these days.
Scooter is a demonstration pilot for the P-51 Mustang. He has been flying it for more than 17 years. But it was all thanks to his father, Bill, who dedicated his life restoring historic aircraft.
And I grew up in the hangar helping him build and work on all sorts of world-class historical fighters. So it got in my DNA from a very early age.
He fell in love with aviation working in his father's shop.
We ran a restoration business in Southern California. And we started occurring parts from around the world to help out our customers. And we ended up with a surplus of parts, and we actually ended up with the identity of an aircraft. And this airplane is built of over 200 different Mustangs that we know of. There's probably a lot more than that.
Out of all of the aircraft this father and son built, Scooter's all-time favorite is the P-51 Mustang. But why?
Simply put, the Mustang looks and sounds like an airplane should look and sound.
Sadly, his father Bill passed away 6 years ago. But for Scooter, his father left him one of the greatest pieces of history a pilot can ask for. When he flies his P-51, he says he's never truly solo. A part of his father always flies with him.
This was the ultimate father-son project, and even through like playing sports in school and all this stuff, there was one thing we bonded over, and that was building aircraft.
I can say it was an honor to be Scooter's and Bill's co-pilot for a day. Roxette Pietri Freeman, KTBS 3 News.